Hi, and thank you for watching Targeted West. This is DJ Chris. Thanks you for watching on your favorite platform. TargetedWest.com is my website. You can check it out. There's a lot of information there. You can leave me a message at djchris@targetedwest.com. Thank you for watching me on Spotify or listening, watching me on YouTube or BitChute. And of course, you can download and do what you want with my video on archive.org. So anyway, like I said, show number 148 is the 19th of January 2025. It is the TI Book Club edition and open mic. We'll be talking about the book club. So please like and subscribe. Make a comment, please, on your video that you're watching. I appreciate it. Let's see what else is going on. That's basically it. We have a book club that I hope will become more popular. We do have 192 members now of the book club, and it's growing. I think we'll probably hit 200 in the next month. That's what I'm hoping for. So please listen to this message, and this will start our call, and you'll learn about the book club. And we'll go from there, because it is about sharing information. And sharing information is what it's all about, especially if you're a targeted individual. I'm a targeted individual. I have B2K, or synthetic telepathy. Here we go with the book club.
It's time for the TI Book Club, where every book opens a door to new worlds and shared journeys. Here, we uncover hidden gems, specially selected for TIs, and always within your reach. Be part of a community that reads together, grows together, and sees the world through the same lens. Don't just listen to stories, live them with us. Join now at bookclubs.com/TIBookClub/join, and let's turn the pages of adventure together.
Let's try to get that up to 200 people in the next month. Can you imagine 200 members of a TI-only book club with TI-oriented books? Where are you going to beat that? I believe there's 139 books in our library. There's always 5 current books in the current read section. Matter of fact, one of the things I was going to do was open up my screen to do a presentation, and that's what we'll do when I learn how to do it first. But I can talk about it. I would like to do a presentation the next time and show you all the features of it on your favorite video platform. But until then, you can go to the book club's site and check it out. We've been doing this since 2016, believe it or not. When I first started going into the targeted community, I was listening to the calls, and people were giving out email addresses and sharing them with each other, and we started an email thread, which was kind of loosely the book club, and that evolved from email threads to emailing each other back and forth, and then sending messages on social media. So it blossomed from there. With a couple dozen people, and then finally Amazon, of all places, offered a book club, and I said, that's a great idea. I'm going to start a TI book club. So I waited around and waited and waited and waited, and Amazon never created the book club feature because they laid off a whole bunch of people. So they failed me. So I'm typing one day, and I go looking around, and I find bookclubs.com and find out they just changed their name from having a Z in it to book clubs with the regular spelling, and they're having a promotion. So I checked it out, and I did some betting, and they're, of course, approved with Trustpilot. They are rated highly. Forbes magazine had an article on them. It's a great place to start your own book club if you've got a special interest other than TI-oriented, targeted, individual-oriented topics. Back to the current reading section, there's a section there where we read new books, and one of them is Kevin Shipp's book about the deep state. and a lot of it's regurgitation of his book he came out with before, and a lot of it are interviews. So if you know Kevin Shipp very well and his background, then really wasn't anything new. But interestingly enough, he just moved his office to a non-disclosed location, and he had a stealth-oriented looking machine above his roof of his house, literally flying back 5 times for 5 minutes, and it was dead silent. And people wrote in saying that they do have electrostatic machine guided stealth bombers that fly over your house and can fly at low altitudes with no sound at all. So that was crazy. So the book club opens your mind like that. So you read a book, and then you go on social media, and then you go and follow the author of the book, and then you see him on the internet being interviewed, and you open your mind. You get your mind off of your targeting, put some nice music on, have a nice wine or a soda or what have you, and sit back and read a book. More books you read, the more you'll learn and the more calm you'll be about your targeting situation, because you'll have the knowledge that doesn't seem to be in mainstream media but is easily accepted on Amazon for sale in the Kindle in the book section. So that doesn't make sense. But of course, that's how that works in the world. They don't want you to know about this program. This is basically MK Ultra or MK Ultra 2.0, or more like MK Tech, since it's a lot of synthetic telepathy and directed energy weapons and such. So the TI Book Club opens your minds. There's a section where there's books you would like to read. So if you have a book that you want me to include in the book club, send me a message at djchris@targetedwest.com, and I will include that book in the section. The only rule is the books have to be less than $20, especially for Kindle. I read the books for every week. I try to read at least 1/3 of each book. If it's a good, easy to read book, I can get through the whole thing. But I then report that in the book club in the message section, so you know that I am reading and I'm checking these books out, so you don't waste your money. And I will tell you if there's a book that's terrible, and the one that is not so hot is the one that we're showcasing this week that I'll tell you about in a little bit. It's written by a targeted individual, but I don't know if they use AI or what, but it was all repetitive. It was like they had one topic and then they used different words to say the same thing over and over again. It was kind of bizarre. But it was reasonably priced at $2.99, so you get what you pay for. And of course, that book was called Targeted Individuals by Tammy Whitestar. God bless you, Tammy Whitestar. I give you a 7, but it says good info. It repeats too much, and I wrote same info written differently. So you might want to work on that on your next book, or you can do a reprisal. You can revise it, and we'll have you on the book club. We're not being mean. We're just trying to tell you the truth that if you're going to put a book on Amazon, I'm going to find it and I'm going to review it. I don't go just by recommendations. I go looking for books. I do that a lot. And I try to put in effort of at least one entry per day in the book club, whether it be a note in the club notes or by adding a book for the books we want to read section. So 2016, like I said, we started the book club, and now it's 2025. So believe it or not, TI Book Club is celebrating its 9th year. That's 9 years of a book club. And no one else has had a book club in the targeted community that's lasted this long. I don't care what you say. It's not true. It hasn't. I've seen people try before, but then they fail or they cancel their call and decide not to show up. And A lot of people start out really hard and fast and then burn out real quick, like one of those stars in the sky that burn too fast. You got to be a slow burning light, because the slow racer always wins the race every time. So the book club, again, is available to everyone. You don't have to read any books. You can just read the messages. But there's an extra bonus whenever I get a PDF, as I do search archive.org and other places for free versions of books. I will post those in the club messages section so that you'll be able to see that for yourself and be able to know that you can get something for free and not have to pay for a book, because some books are expensive, and if you buy a lot of books like I do for the club, it adds up. So I want to try to keep you from spending money you don't need to. But the most interesting book, believe it or not, is the Kevin Shipp book. The second most interesting book this year was the book I read last week about Gilbert Penfold. That was an interesting book written in the 50s. So we have a wide variety of books about different targeting topics. A lot of books about the CIA, the FBI, books about COINTELPRO, books about synthetic telepathy technologies, HARP technologies, about weather modification, as we were talking about earlier, and all sorts of books by TI individuals themselves. I think Dr. Black has a book. Dr. Robert Duncan has books posthumously. And, of course, we've got Dr. John Hall. We've got several people that you know in the book club's offerings. Again, that's TI Book Club. And what else do I need to say? That's about it for that. It's open mic tonight. If you'd like to join the book club, that'd be great. Do it. Don't forget. Get it done. And you can meet new people too. Other people that like to read books like to know each other. And I know what you guys have been doing in the book club is you get together and you exchange books. And that's incredible to be able to have that function, to be able to interact. So it makes me very proud. It was just an idea I had with a bunch of people. And I just was the guy that made it happen. And thanks to bookclubs.com for making it happen. Anyway, it's open mic. If anybody wants to talk and say a couple words, come on in. The weather's warm, and hello, it's DJ Chris at TargetedWest. I'm your moderator tonight. It's the world-famous Sunday Call, where everybody comes to meet. There's no drama, there's no trouble, there's no politics, there's no too much religion. It is Sunday. We can have a little religion, of course. There's no problem with that. But we're here, and we are going on our third year, and we'd like to hear from you. What's up? Come on in, open mic.
Oh, you have 36 people here, Chris.
Yeah, world's record. Yeah. Wow. Hey, Deb K, how are you?
I'm doing good. Today was an exciting day. But, is someone talking? Who's talking?
Your friends, I guess.
6-890.
I think that fixed it. I don't have Tranquility with me yet. I don't know who that was. Deb K, I'm so sorry. Are you going to be okay?
Huh?
Are you going to be okay?
Of course.
Okay. I can't figure out where that's coming from, right? I can try this one.
There's 2 different phone numbers on there.
Of all the vegetables, they got thank you.
It's always the same guy.
Oh, yeah.
Aziz,
Nullifer.
Mellifer. Why do you always do that? You've been doing this to me for months, actually years. Always have your mic open, broadcasting. Thank you a whole lot. Please mute. Thank you. It's open mic.
You were saying something.
Me?
I thought you were. You were upset over the broadcaster when you were talking.
I just thought, well, we know who that environment is. But anyway, it's like -6 here. It's really cold. And I'm going to color you guys a picture tonight. In the color book.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, we now have the coloring book club. We start coloring at 2:45, like Cher says, with Hell on Wheels. We meet at 2:45, meet at 7:15, and color our little hearts out. I have to show you my coloring I did. And yeah, I brought my coloring book out. So I got 2 pages done so far.
Oh, you did? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and by your request, I am working on the cover of the new book, and I named it today, and the next coloring book is going to be called Animal World. It's the adult coloring book called Animal World, and that'll be out in 2025.
Good. Oh, I can't wait. Are you going to have a picture of Leo in there?
It's funny that you said that because the cover has Leo on it, kind of. It's an orange cat right in the center of the bottom, yeah. So if that's I might be keeping that picture, but yeah, so far it looks like Leo and my 2 orange cats too are represented.
Oh, he'll like that when I show it to him. When I show him things, he goes, he whispers.
Does he whisper? Does he talk to you like the little tiny men that crawl around you?
I don't know what he does.
Or is it someone else?
Right now he's resting. See that?
He's resting? Oh, you little angel. Want any more cats? If you want one.
I can't have any animals around him. It upsets him, and he's too old, and I'm not going to do that to him.
Yeah.
Right now,
that's what my cat said. They don't want to be around any of their cats either. So what? See?
They're territorial.
He only wants me in his life. And when I try to get on my phone, he pushes my phone away with his paws. And that, But anyway, I want to tell you guys about something that happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, I was on my way to work, and I pulled into this parking ramp, and right away, I started sneezing. Achoo, 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 achoo. And I never sneeze like that, and there was no reason for me to sneeze. And then, all of a sudden, I felt like all of my everything under the skin, something was going on there, like, it was like trying to mush up my insides, and it hurt. And I felt like electricity was going through my feet. And I thought, what the heck is this? I'm looking around. I'm waving my cone around so I can, wave it around so I can hear the frequencies. And it came out to this car on the lake. It was a truck or something. And they had a big light on me. It was big. And it was like that. And then there was a red light by it. And so I turned my van around and I put my lights on and I was flashing them bright and dim to let them know to stop it. They were proudly standing there. They were proud. They were standing there with that machine on, and I had to get out of there. I had to leave. I couldn't stay there. And so I was telling someone about it today, and they said that it was an acoustic weapon. Acoustic. It was an LRAD, and it liquefies your organs. So if you ever have that phone,
Deb, this is Cece. I have an honest question. Was that while you were out and about, or was that when you were at home?
I was out and about, but I got to finish my story. So anyway, so anyway,
wake up, Deb. Wake up, Deb. Wake up, Deb.
Trying to get it together here. So anyway, I left and I went to the library for about an hour because I had some things to do there. And then I came back and it was gone. But my copper cone didn't work, and my remote control wouldn't work. Nothing worked that I did. My strobe light flashlight, nothing worked. All the things that worked for me did not work. So, yeah. So anyway, now I'm going to try to find a color, a page to color. And
yeah, that's what was nice when you colored. You did a whole picture while we were on the call.
And I'm going to do a whole one again.
You have a half an hour to get it done. Because we're going to show it in a half an hour. You can give us updates, of course.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
You're only going to be on till 9 o'clock my time?
I'm leaving early? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I didn't know that, Deb. That's news to me.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Are you on drugs?
I'm just playing with you, okay? Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay, you're messing with me.
What do you mean she only has a half an hour?
I know I want some drugs if it's like, those special cookies. I want some chocolate chip cookies.
Chris, what did you say? Okay. Yeah.
Chris, you got some special cookies?
Why are you talking about that, Cece? You're being disruptive again.
I'm not being destructive. I'm being funny.
I'm being making cookies.
I'm sorry?
I don't have any cookies available yet. I do love a good cookie with the cannabis.
Okay, well,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to come back later.
And Deb K has left the building.
Well, sorry about that, but I am humorous, and I like to say funny little things sometimes. There we go. I'm just wondering if anybody else is being harassed like I am. I'm getting it real bad. I'm getting it real super bad. And I think I'm going to hire a private investigator that I know. That's a really nice person. And that's all I got to say.
Around town. Hey, DJ, how many years do you think it took you before you were comfortable enough to know you could do this, with the D2K and everything?
Oh,
became comfortable in your own skin again, basically.
20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't hit me. I didn't want to do anything until COVID hit. And then I decided if I'm going to make it through COVID, I might as well do something. I had a lot of time to think, and I said, if I'm going to stick my foot out and risk my life, I better do it now, and that's what I do. I know this is a risk to my life because, I could have people come here and take me out at any time. I fuck with the CIA, the FBI, the DEA, everybody, so it's like not like they're all my friends, but it's scary. But I do it, and it's in I have it in my heart. But it took a long time, my friend, like 20 years to get up the nerve just to talk.
Thank you.
No problem.
I have a tip I heard today. Anybody wants to hear it?
Go
ahead.
I don't
know if anybody's talked about this. I know on some of the calls, one of the calls, they talk about taking a bath with borax and all that. But I was online today, and a doctor was talking about using, like, your body's supposed to be alkaline to be healthy. So if you take a half a teaspoon of baking soda to 1 teaspoon in a glass of water, drink it, and it makes your body alkaline, and it also, he said, it will remove any heavy metals in your body, like lead or mercury, any of that. He said it takes it right out of your body.
That is true, and cilantro gets rid of metals too. If you eat a lot of cilantro, that helps a lot. But yeah, taking a bath with borax and all that does help.
Doesn't it dry your skin out really bad, though? I mean, it absorbs out of your skin.
I'm sure it does, but you can counter that with an essential oil. But I have never tried. I am not going to personally use borax in my bath. I use Epsom salt, Dr. Teal's.
Mr. Bubbles.
Or Mr. Bubbles with my cats. My cats come in the bathtub with me too sometimes.
Just getting in the pool helps me. I go with my kids.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, just getting in water, period, for a target really helps. Go swim as much as you can. Take the focus off the targeting and see how out of shape you are, by swimming in a pool or something. The water drowns out the tinnitus a little bit.
They're talking about all the things you put in baths, including borax, baking soda, vinegar, and oils. It sounds like a salad dressing. Am I making myself a salad in that bath? That sounds good, though. I don't know. I've never tried vinegar in a bathtub.
Bentonite clay, too.
Bentonite clay?
Yeah.
I've never tried that.
Yeah. Hi, Chris. It's Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. Is that you?
Yep. Hi.
Is that really you?
It's me.
Are you okay?
I'm alive for another day.
Yay, we made it another day. Yay.
Yep.
Is everyone's targeting getting worse? Because it's so severe here that it's unbelievable.
Yes.
Mine's the same, but everybody's telling me theirs is worse. Yeah.
One of my perps today actually smiled at me. First time in 18 years, because we have a new president coming in a couple days. That person never, ever even looked my direction.
It's a trap.
That's interesting. That's kind of creepy, isn't it? After 18 years?
It's a trap.
Hello there.
Hello, Ann in St. Louis. Do you have a message for us?
It's your V2K Warrior from St. Louis. When can I come in later and give my contact information?
You can do it now if you'd like.
Okay, yeah. But I wanted to answer the question: is the targeting getting worse? Yep, definitely over a year. I don't know. I just do the best I can with it and help other people do likewise. So with that said, I am a volunteer And I am a state contact for the state of Missouri, although I talk to people from all over the place, provided you can speak English. I've been a state contact. You can see me listed under state contacts for Missouri under the TI events page. And you go under where it says state and international contacts. I think that's what that says. And then I think there's another similar list that's over on the Targeted Justices page. So I have people contact me, and just seeing so many families right now that are just all broken up because of B2K. Somebody needs to mute. Can you do something about them, Chris?
That was just right from the chair.
I'll give you a minute to take care of that.
So sorry. I'm so sorry, Ann, for failing you, but I didn't hit the button quick enough for Tranquility at TI Events to step in, so she'll do it now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well.
So sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. We'll work it out. Well, I really enjoy my time being a state contact. Because being born with a disability, I was born visually impaired and living on a limited income. I know what it's like to have to deal with that. So if somebody's new to the world of low incomes or disability stuff, I have a lot of resources that I enjoy sharing with other people, like Low Income Relief. Check that out. It's a free website. I follow her channel on YouTube, and she has a group on Facebook that you can, and it's really a great compendium of resources that you'd never think was even around for low-income people. Because when you think low income, you think Catholic Charities and Salvation Army and United Way and all that, but there's so many more that's out there. So you can reach me at 314-325-2394. You can call or text. If you don't get me right away, just know that I will get back to you as soon as possible. You can leave me a voicemail or a text. Again, that's 314-325-2394. I'd highly encourage anybody to get a burner number or burner phone, so that number is, whenever anybody rings in on it, you'll know that that's another TI that could really benefit from... This call is no longer being recorded. It can benefit from speaking to somebody that's been there and done that. And I love it. There's a lot of free resources to get. Burner numbers won't cost you a dime. And that way, if you're not comfortable with using your work number, your other number, then you can use a burner number. And I use Google Voice. It has do not disturb capabilities and also blocking capabilities if it comes to that. And I can't believe I have known our DJ Chris here for over 6 years. That's hard to believe. And I've known a lot of the people out here in the community for about that same time. So who knows who's going to join us in the coming year. And your book club sounds really interesting, Chris. I think I have a couple of your books on my Kindle library. Since I'm totally blind, I use an Apple iPhone that has text-to-speech on it. And so that reads the screen elements out loud. And that's how text-to-speech works. So if you have any, as long as the questions are articulate and intelligent about blindness, I don't mind them answering them. You know. All right. So from your V2K warrior that is not going to back off. Yeah. So keep up the excellent work that you're doing here, DJ Chris.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ann.
You are very, very welcome. Yeah, next Sunday is the 26th. And we'll be moving into February. How about that?
Hi, Ann.
Hi.
This is Deb D.
Welcome back.
How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
And we're having our coloring club. I can't find where I did with my coloring book.
What do you like to
was that it?
color
No, I don't know what I did with my coloring book. Well, anyway, we have Jack showing, if you're listening to this on your favorite platform, showing my coloring book, which you can find at Lulu, and type in adult coloring book, Beach Day, DJ Chris. And we got Deb K coloring one of the pages of the book right now, so check it out.
Oh, describe it to me. What are you using to color your picture with, Chris?
Well, right now I'm coloring a picture of a bunch of fish down in some water floating around, and then there's rocks and everything. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh.
But just he can describe it more.
I don't have my coloring book available, so I'm unable to tell you anything about it. But Jax has a picture of it she's showing right now, and it is a blue colored picture with a rock and a piece of, looks like blue water and a wave and some rocks, and the letters are brown.
Very California looking.
Yes, very mid-century too. By the way, I made that mid-century. Oh, and I figured out how to make my new book, the next book cover today. I had to remember what I did. My new coloring book is going to be called Animal World, Deb K. Animal World. Keep that in your head. That's what we're doing next.
Yep, I can't wait.
Now, notice how you guys, if you look at Deb on the camera, she's coloring, and it makes you feel relaxed. You know, when you watch somebody doing art, it's very relaxing. That's what it does when you actually do the coloring. It's a great focus modality.
I agree. And what a perfect thing to do on a Sunday. You've grindy all week on these conference calls, getting nowhere. We got to do this. We got to do that. We should do this. You know, the woulda, coulda, shoulda routine I hear every week. And instead, you can relax and chill out and be yourself here on my call and not listen to a speech by some moderator for the next 2 hours and relax. And, you know, you don't have to buy my coloring book. You can go buy coloring books and join us too, you know. So come on, join. Coloring books are the best way to and train yourself from mind control. It is very good for PTSD, especially. It is known to affect the brain in a positive manner.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Really nice.
And we need to step away for a moment. We have a commercial time, not commercial, but a message from our friends at Cyber Shield. So check it out. Do you have crack code?
Do you have a box of worthless shielding material that doesn't work? Have you paid professionals only to come out on the short end of the stick? Well, your life is about to change. Visit cybershieldinfo.com to crack the code on a shielding device that actually works. This Cyber Shield is a computer that fights the perps with a dose of crack code. Would you like to have an in-person demonstration of the Cyber Shield? Come to the San Francisco Bay Area and Silicon Valley for a free demo. Get your Cyber Shield at cybershieldinfo.com. That's cybershieldinfo.com and change your life.
Yeah, and Jax came to see me and brought a cyber shield, and I got to view it myself in operation, so it's pretty cool. Again, that's cybershieldinfo.com.
That is the coolest commercial. I just love it. It's so personable.
Thank you.
The best.
Hey, Noble's in the house.
My mom gave me coloring books when COVID was on, and I didn't use them too much, but I still have them. I'm getting ready to give a couple of them back because she needs something like that right now. But I'm going to keep one, and I did some coloring in it. It was fun.
It was very therapeutic, yes.
Hey, hello.
Hello, how are you? Come on in.
Good, good. Hey, you guys. My name is JR. I'm looking to.
Hey, JR, how are you? Are you the one that sent me the email, JR?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Hey, how are you? Come on in. We've been wondering about you. How are you? Are you there, JR?
JR.
He'll be right back, but we did hear him. He's there somewhere. Got Noble Truth in the chat room. You've got almost 50 people on the call. That's not bad. Thank you for choosing Targeted West and TargetedWest.com, your choice for targeting information, book club, interviews with people. We've got Frank S. in the call right now, and he'll be on for an interview. We've got Daniel Frankel coming on soon. We've got Lindsay from V2K Victory Call coming on. We've got Anna Toledo coming on. We've got plenty more. We are booked up. So this is the last night of open mic for a while. And those are the pictures of the now she's showing pictures of the fishies, if you're wondering.
Hey, Chris?
Yeah, JR.
Yeah, hey, I'm back. I just wanted to kind of put something out there. I struggle on a daily basis. This is for anybody. I know others are too. I'm looking to talk to people when I'm going through it. If you are in the same situation and want to exchange numbers, let me know. We can do that and have somebody to go to when things start getting bad for us. That's what I'm hoping to gain out of this. So let me know and we can exchange information. I also had another question. Why aren't there more efforts for TIs to live like in the same area? It seems like that would make it easier to identify that it's happening, prove that it's happening, and kind of then maybe isolate where it's coming from or what's happening. Does anybody have any information about that?
Probably because they don't want that happening.
Well, I'm sure they don't, but that doesn't mean that we can't do that. What would prevent us from?
Right.
We'd have to make some sacrifices, but at this point, like, I'm willing to make any type of sacrifice. You know what I mean? To stop it. So I'm sure there's a lot of
there's a couple groups that meet together. I know Targeted Justice meets every month, and there's Constance that meets at the IHOP. There's people all over LA has a meeting. Yeah, that's happening. That could happen. Maybe you should start one.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I need like resources and land, but like people living together Because isn't the main issue people not believing that it's happening, proving that it's happening?
Oh, we've had some people can live together as targeted individuals, some cannot. You have to be very mindful and self-aware of yourself to live with a group of targeted individuals, because it's very difficult because people are all suffering in one house, and sometimes they trip out on each other, but most of the time it works. But sometimes it doesn't work, and it's not always a good fit. It's usually the best roommates make people who have the like-minded personalities. So you find people with the like-minded personality, you got a winner.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't understand. Trying to figure out ways to kind of prove that this is happening, and that lawsuit was dismissed in the court. And no evidence was allowed to be presented. So, what's the next course? Something has to change.
Well, TargetedWest is not into lawsuits. I can't sue V2K, and this is a V2K call. And if you can figure out a way to sue synthetic telepathy, then let me know. You cannot be telling me the truth if you can tell me you can sue them, because there's no way to know who it is. It's a silent, quiet, anonymous technology.
Yeah, I was just talking about the lawsuit that was in the Supreme Court. I thought that was also included with it.
Well, we're having Anna Toledo on, and she'll talk about all that coming up next month.
Oh, she's on today or another day?
Coming up next month, yeah. Or a month from now. You guys asked for her, so I asked her, and she says, "Oh, I'd love to come on." So I said, okay. She hasn't ghosted me like the ghosting we all get. I don't like it when TIs ghost each other. That's terrible. But it happens. And so she was very friendly and receptive. A lot of people, I just went like crazy. I said, my vacation is over. I got to go back to work. Well, today we're talking about the book club, and like I said, the book club's been around for a while. It's not some willy-nilly little thing I put together one day out of some hat I pulled out, or whatever I pulled out of my hat. I don't want to say that. That's dirty. But, it was thoughtful and well handled and well managed for a while just through the email, and then it evolved into a website. So, I didn't beat that.
Hey, Chris, I just had a question for JR, if he's
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I understand you feeling that TI should have a TI community. I and other TIs have felt the same way, but my question to you is, because this is such a huge program and there's millions of targeted individuals and this is a silent weapon, how is coming together in a community going to prove anything when it's an invisible weapon?
Well, so I don't have the information to answer that. My idea was obviously you have a bunch of people in the same area all claiming the same things happening to them. Those the powers that be would hopefully at some point look into it. What's going on. That's all I was getting at.
Well, this has been going on for over 50 years, and they haven't looked into it. And it's not because we're not in a TI community.
Well, I think
so
I think the awareness
is there.
Community,
yeah, the awareness is there. But say, for example, we all moved on the same street. What is that going to prove to the people that can make a difference, that can do something about this?
Strength in numbers.
I think
the only thing you would do is offer support for all of us. We would be more supportive of one another, hopefully. But I don't see how it would make a difference in terms of proving that this is real, because they already know it's real. They've known it.
Who's they? Who's they that you're referring to? I'm referring to the people that don't know, to compel others that aren't aware of what's going on to kind of get involved as well to be like, oh, okay, so all these people on the street, and obviously we want way more than just a street. We want communities of, of this to happen, and it would allow this to become front and center, like something's going on in this area. You know what I mean? What is going on? We need to get to the bottom of it. Experts would figure out what's going on. We have the little information that we have a lot of information that we have now. That's quite a bit of information that could be used to kind of pinpoint, hey, this is the only source that would have access to that type of technology. That must be them. And hopefully, that would benefit us. I don't see how it wouldn't be able to prove that, well, we know that there's certain resources that have access to this technology. They must be doing it. All these people in this area are all complaining of the same thing. Something's going on. My hope is just to bring awareness to it. I don't have it all figured out. But, I know that more awareness is obviously needed.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I've been all for the TI community, but more so because there's strength in numbers. We could put our heads together and kind of brainstorm, and maybe even if we can't have this program shut down, working together as a group and working together in the masses and just putting our heads together, we might be able to even come up with solutions on better shielding or something. But
right.
So I'm all for what you're saying, but I just didn't want you to get the impression that because we're all coming together, that's going to prove anything to anybody that could make a difference, because they already, the people that can make a difference, they already know about this.
I don't know if that's true or not, though. Are you sure about that?
When you have a group of targeted individuals who have gone before Congress and told them what's happening and presented evidence of what's happening, when you have a filmmaker who's made a film about it and still nothing has been done, I mean, they know. They are aware.
But the numbers thing, if you have a group of people living in the same area, when you bring these to Congress, I don't know if there's other people signing off on it or what, but it's not the same as having, masses of people kind of proclaim that this problem is happening. A whole area of people, a community, I don't know what numbers we want to talk about would be right, but that to me is maybe what's missing. I don't know.
You know what? I think you may be onto something, so I'm not refuting what you're saying. I just want you to be aware that it's not going to prove anything because it's an invisible weapon. But I'm all for what you're saying, but here's the deal.
Yeah.
When you say it would prove that all these people can't be saying this and it's not happening, think of this. Just look at the flip side. Think of all the police reports that have been made. Do you think for 1 minute they haven't compared notes, that from one law enforcement to the other, they haven't compared notes and said, hey, I got a call about the same thing in my county. Oh, I got a call too in my city. They know. It's been recorded.
Some know. Yeah, I just, like you said, we were saying the numbers thing, the more people know, the better. That's all I'm kind of shooting.
I totally agree. With that.
And
so I'm with you. I wish there was a solution. I wish there was a solution where we could all come together and put our heads together.
Yeah, and if nothing else, TIs living together to support each other. But because I can recognize how this destroys lives. You know what I mean? Your livelihood, your day-to-day functioning. Having TIs living together, perhaps something could be done to combat, to prevent that from happening, or to deal with the tragedies. I don't know.
To Chris's point, in order for us to live together, we have to all be able to get along with one another, love each other as we should. But there's so much. Listen, I don't even want to go there. But we need to learn to love each other, get along with each other, and realize that we all share the same commonality, and that's that we're all being tortured.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there's a
but
lot of discord. There's a lot of
JR,
discord in this community.
You got to understand. I get a lot of phone calls from a lot of TIs that do not get along. So there's a mix of both.
Oh, that's funny. It seems like there's a common goal here. It would be a common goal that would be the priority. But yeah, I understand people have.
There's been fighting, and every organization in the history of man has had this going on in fighting.
Sure.
Yeah, it never ends.
Sure.
Gotta cut through it, right?
Hello, Chris and everyone. This is Jacqueline. If I may add to that.
Hello, how are you? Come on in.
Well, thank you for the call and everyone else being here in unity and solidarity together. I know there's not an immediate way we can stop this. However, there are shielding devices, and also Derek is prepared. Derek, who Robinson is who is the moderator of both Monday and Saturday night calls. He's putting together a list of people that and he's going to hold a Zoom call as well, for people that are going to speak about different shielding techniques that are working for them, which is one way we can, shield ourselves and keep ourselves as protected as we possibly can. And so I just wanted to add that and mention that as well. And thank you again, Chris, for being there for all of us.
Thank you for that information. I'm sure Derek will do a fine job. Anyway, it's open mic at JR talking. You got Deb K coloring. You got the cats over here scratching on the scratching post. It's open mic. It's Sunday. It's chill time. You made it through another week. You made it through another day, and you keep telling yourself, I'm going to give up, and you're not going to give up. You can't give up because you've got all these people that want to talk to you. You got all these people that want to work with you. You got all these people that, like JR says, are like-minded. So there's no time to quit. It's time to unite and figure out a way we can solve this. But it is an invisible weapon. It's invisible. And who do you blame? Who do you sue? Who do you point the finger at? That's why it's designed the way it is. And that's why for 70 years, not 50, but 70 years, this has been going on. And because of the way the United States and the world is set up, it's hidden. It's part of our world, unfortunately. And the human man has always wanted to be able to hack each other's heads and get in each other's minds and do things remotely like a ray gun. And now they got it, and they got their toys now, and we're the victims of it. So the best thing to do is get along. Because they don't have that. Do you think they get along in their endeavors? No, they don't. A lot of fighting.
5e2k tells me that I'm expendable, but that basically we're expendable, and I kind of see that. Like I think somebody said lab rat. That's kind of what's that.
No, you're not a lab rat. You're a Rolls Royce, and they're a Pinto, and they need us. If they didn't have us, they'd be nothing. And I don't care what they say. You get that in your mind that they are lying to you. They're using CIA tactics, the Kubark manual, to break you down. They're using interrogation methods to weaken you so they can use mind control to get you to do things against your will, which is part of the hyper game theory, is to get you to do something you don't want, which is why they use it in sales and marketing and military.
Yeah, that's my
That's right, Noble Truth. I said a Pinto. They're a Pinto, and we're Rolls Royces. That's right. Funky little outdated technology, the Star Wars SDI, Strategic Defense Initiative crap up in the sky floating around, all this vintage, old legacy equipment that's being used to torture people by God knows who. And no one's accountable because no one knows what anyone's doing because most of the government's been outsourced in the last few years. Matter of fact, outsourcing has been going on for a while. Anyway, thank you for listening or watching on your favorite platform. We're going to turn the recording off and switch to open mic. Thank you if you're watching me on YouTube, BitChute, or on archive.org. Thanks. Or listening to me on Spotify. Thank you, thank you. Please comment, like, and make your position there on the comment section so I can read them. I do read all your comments and get back with you. Thank you, and I will see you next week. We will have a guest, Daniel Franco. Thank you.